And joining me now from Washington, D.C. is Daniel Pipes, who's the founder of Middle East Forum. He's a historian, someone who is an expert on Middle East. Mr. Pipes, really appreciate your time. With Iran's retaliatory attacks hitting U.S. bases across Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, and beyond, plus incidents like friendly fire, downings, and civilian casualties, do you see this as accelerating a post-Khamenei realignment of Gulf states? How do you read this present situation?
I do agree with your question. Yes, I think the Iranian regime made a big mistake in attacking all of its Arabic-speaking neighbors, plus Jordan and even Cyprus. The neighbors are not taking this well. So long as the Islamic Republic remains, I think they will be more inclined to oppose it and to work with the United States and Israel. Big mistake by Tehran.
One view is also because of Iran's counter-retaliation, which is spreading to Gulf airports, ports, and hotels. Is this a sign of Tehran's regime weakening and lashing out desperately? Sign of desperation?
It's probably that, a sign of desperation. It's probably also a sign that there is no real leadership at the top. Not only is Khamenei dead, but so are many of the leaders of the military organizations. So this could be decisions made in the field, could be made by low-ranking officials just deciding, officers on their own deciding to strike. It's a bit chaotic in Iran. So this may not be someone at the top deciding. It could be lots of people further below making spontaneous decisions, unplanned decisions, decisions that were not in the rule book. Who knows?
Will this war now draw in more actors and prolong the conflict regionally?
The Iranians could attack more targets. They could attack Pakistan. They could attack Turkey. Who knows? They could attack Turkmenistan. I don't think it's likely, but given what we've seen so far in the past couple of days, it's not something one can automatically assume will not happen.
So is this then unplanned retaliation by Iran? Since you're saying that next target could be Pakistan or Turkey or Turkmenistan, any country, then is this all unplanned?
That is my speculation, that this was not part of a plan. This is something that spontaneously developed by the IRGC and other commanders in the field. My guess, I don't know.
Okay, so Daniel Pipes, tell me what next in this conflict?
Well, it is looking like both sides will soon run out of munitions, of armaments. And so I think there will be a reduction. The US president talked about another month, but I don't think the US or Israel have that kind of arsenal. And I don't think the Iranians do either. So I expect that this is the height of the shooting and that it will diminish just because the armaments are not there.
How should Bahrain and other Gulf countries respond to avoid escalation, but at the same time, a message of deterrence should be sent because of Iran acting like an aggressor here?
Well, you mentioned Bahrain, and Bahrain
Yes.
is particularly a delicate situation because the Iranian government claims Bahrain as a province, something that has always been a problem for Bahrain. I do think that they should clearly and consistently stand with the United States against the Islamic Republic and help to facilitate the Iranian population in overthrowing its totalitarian rulers. That's the goal here. Come on, Iranians, let's move. Let's get rid of this horrible 47-year-old regime, totalitarian regime.
But Daniel Pipes, isn't the question also about Iran's future? What is Iran's future here?
Well, Iran's future will be determined whether the regime that is now ruling will stay in power or will be overthrown. There was a very dramatic change in 1979. Let's hope there'll be another very dramatic change in 2026. That will very largely map out the future of Iran and the Iranians.
So could you please elaborate on this point that you're making? Is this then the 1979 moment for Iran?
We don't know. But one major difference is that Khamenei came in with undisputed power. So it was a very clean transition from the Shah to Khamenei. I would be surprised if something clean like that happened now. It's much more likely that there'll be a great deal of infighting within Iran should the regime collapse. For example, the minorities in Iran, who actually form a majority of the population altogether, are much more likely now than half a century ago to seek autonomy at the minimum and independence at the most. And there are many powerful minorities like the Azeri, the Kurdish, and the Arab, and the Baluch, and there's many, many, many minorities. So that's one factor. Also, politically, will it be the son of the Shah who leads the new government, transition government, or will it be the Mujahideen Khalq or some other force? So I don't think it's going to be clean. I think it's going to take a while for things to settle.
As a historian and a watcher of the Middle East, will you be able to give some kind of timeline to this conflict? How long will this continue?
Well, first the regime has to be overthrown. But once it is, I think it will take years for a clear new picture of what power, where power lies in Iran after the Islamic Republic.
All right, Daniel Pipes, really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.